Do we really need a new solution for automotive program management? Something so specific? Today, let's talk about Actify. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Actify. Now, we've done reviews on Actify before, really interesting technology where you can point tools at different sources of information, overlay it onto 3D models. And that actually is a pretty interesting way to navigate and search through information. You get to put it into context, a visual context that people can use. So very recently, Actify has come out with three different solutions for automotive program management, each kind of addressing a different issue. Now, these three different solutions really do address three different phases of program management. The first one is all about business development. So here you're really looking at not only to kind of win the business, but how can you do it profitably? I mean, a lot of, especially in the automotive industry, suppliers make long-term commitments to these programs that will play out over the course of 5 years to a decade. You got to make sure you take a good deal, because if you don't, it can mean bad things financially for the company. The next thing is program execution. So it's really important that you gain visibility into how a program is being executed, because if you're falling off pace, if the costs are different, you need to be able to take corrective action very, very quickly. So gaining insight into the execution of the program is very, very important. And the last thing is post-program analysis. So after the program has been finished, after you've kind of delivered the contractual requirements, after that decade is over, there's a lot of analysis that happens to look at, how can we do it better? Where can we control costs better? And that type of thing. So each of these capabilities are really important for automotive suppliers. If you make a mistake in any one of them, it can kind of spell financial doom for your company, especially when margins are already incredibly thin. So again, it's really, really, really important to get this right. And a lot of companies have really struggled to do that. I mean, think about it. The information you need in each of these three phases is kind of spread out all over the place. They are spread out in lots of different systems. So getting an accurate picture in any one of them is very difficult. So what has Actify done here? Well, they've actually come up with three different solutions, one for each of these phases. And the critical thing that it can do, it can connect and pull out information that is stored in many, many different systems. You might, kind of associate it with PLM because, for a long time it's had a lot of 3D capabilities, but it can connect into and kind of serve up information that's related to PLM, as you would expect, to ERP if you want to look at stuff like inventory, carrying costs, all types of other business type of information, as well as MES, execution information about how quickly things are being delivered, what is the rate of non-conformances, and that type of thing. So in each of these three different solutions, it can connect, frankly, not only to these three types of solutions, but many other ones. Okay, so what does all this mean for automotive suppliers? In the past, a lot of these types of companies, automotive suppliers, have had to throw a lot of bodies at the problem because it was a very manual and very human resources intensive type of process. That often resulted in, taking a little bit longer than you wanted to get the information or view that you needed, and maybe not making the right decisions along the way, which had a lot of financial ramifications for companies. So here we have sets of solutions that really are tailor-made for these problems. They get you the right view so you can make better decisions. They connect you to the right information and kind of display that in a way that makes sense. So it really is a tailor-made type of solution for these specific types of problems. And frankly, I wish there were more of these types of solutions that were granular, will go after a specific problem and not so generic. That's it. Take care and talk soon.